Welcome back, everyone. We are on the second part of CAD 200 in week 6. This is going to be project 6B. And last time we converted the PDF into a DWG by the tools that were built in AutoCAD. Well, I want to show you another tool. We're getting ready to put and transfer an image, whether it's a JPEG or a GIF file or something like that. We're going to convert it into a DWG. Now, you'll notice on mine, I've got something you don't have. It's called Raster, okay? And this right here is going to help you, Raster tools, in being able to bring in an image and do some work with that. So we're going to show you that here. We're going to show you how to get that software. So I want to go into my Autodesk account. Once you guys sign in, what I want you to do is just click right here. You should have a profile of yourself and go to products and services. And when you do that, you'll have access to Autocad Raster right here, Autocad Raster Design. And what I want you to do is whatever AutoCAD software that you're using, which I've got 2021 on this one, I want you to install that 2000, the same year model, and install that raster design. And whenever you do that, what's going to happen is as soon as you download it and everything, it'll automatically populate inside of your AutoCAD, and then you'll be able to utilize the raster design. Now, I have an image for us. It's already loaded in your Blackboard shell, and I want you to guys go get that. It is a image of some land boundary, and I want to show you how to do that. Use your raster tools after you get all that put in, and now we'll come right over here to insert. Okay, we're going to bring a file in, and let's see which one it is. I'm not for sure. I got a couple of them here. I would just about say it's this one here, the land boundary raster 1. And open. All this is north, 90 degrees east, all that looks really good. And here's this image. Now, like I told you last time, there's a difference between raster and vector. Raster is pixels, right? Whereas a vector file is lines, curves, arcs, things like that. And it's easier for the drawing, for AutoCAD to pick that up. Well, whenever you have an image, yeah, it doesn't work as good, okay? But I want to show you how to do that. Now, first thing we got to do is we've got to process this image, okay? And you can see the white backgrounds like they, took and scanned this and give it to us. So I want to process the image right here. We're in Raster Tools. And you want to change the color depth. This is the best way to do it. Change color depth, yes. And what you want to do is bitonal, if you ever hear the word bitmap. What that does, when I click that, it converted everything. And there's some little things that has to be cleaned up in here. You all see some little images in there, the little bits, but the lines look pretty good. The lines doesn't look bad at all, okay? So what I want to do here is I want to come up here to clean up, and I want to invert it. And what happens is it changes where it's white right now, the lines are, and the background's black. Well, it flip-flops that. Y'all see that? It just flip-flopped it. So now we can see the stuff just a little bit better, okay? Well, if you'll notice, I'm still not picking on anything. It's not lines, it's still an image. So what I want to do is come over here to the vector and recognize text area, and you got primitives, and you can actually click a line, polyline, rectangle, whatever it is. I'm going to just choose line, and I'll come in here, and if you click, and I have to have my snaps onto raster snap, and I come in here and I click it, and you all see that? I'll come here and click this. I'll come here and click this. See how it's taken those lines, it's taken that bitmap type of information and it's converting lines out of it. Okay? And you'll see if you don't get everything just here in a few minutes. And see, some of these are those are curves, so I should have went back and I escaped that. Delete that out. Delete that out. Actually, I need to go undo that back. There we go. I lost my lines in that process, but you have arcs here too, and you should be able to pick that arc up like right there and like right there. I'm not for sure if it did or not. Didn't catch anything. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's not wanting to pick that up. But sometimes you just got to go in and improvise if it doesn't work. But it's grabbing these lines pretty good. It's not a perfect science either, but it helps if you want to just add something to, you might want to put this into a viewport or something like that. So just go through, get what you possibly can. I'm not putting those curves in. We might have to draw them in manually. So you can kind of see pretty close, isn't it? Get that in there. I'm smashing my wheel down. Pretty close, isn't it? Let's see if I can pick up my circles as well down here. Yeah, pick that up. Pick that up. Y'all see what I'm saying? Here's your control point. Let's see if we've got anything. Rectangle, circles, polyline. Maybe I can pick it up as a polyline. Not sure if it's wanting to do that, but yeah, it picked it up fairly decently. So, as you all can see, we're getting there. And you guys get the point on that. Now, you might want to go in there and be like, how do I put this text in? Well, text also works really well in this. You can actually put in text yourself right there. Or this is recognizing text. Now, recognizing text, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. First thing I do is just click on it, and you're going to just make yourself a line. I'll turn my ortho on, and then you just drop it down like that. Right click to enter, and it recognizes that text down here. And sometimes you got to get in there and read it. I'm going to blow it up so I can see it. Just to make sure this is what it is, what we selected. This is what it's transferring it into. And then when you get the yellow, it's saying there might be some issues with that. Just check and make sure. If that looks okay, then we hit OK on that. And you all noticed how it put that in there. It transferred it into text right there. Okay. So it might not be perfect. It works on some things it won't. We can always go up here and recognize. Let's see if it'll recognize this. Put me a straight line down, right click. Yeah, it recognized that. Okay, so it looks good to me. It's okay. And but like I said, sometimes it might take a little while. So I'm just going to go over the whole thing here and see if it recognizes the text like that. And it won't. It's just too much text for it to think about. But it was worth a shot, wasn't it? So really and truly on that, it might be easier for you to just go in and retype in the text as to go through and do all that. It's totally up to you how you want to do that. But you might have to sometimes, like these curves. It just couldn't come up with that in primitives. But there is one more little thing that we need to touch on, and that's cleaning up the drawing. See, I'm touching that line, but it's not really picking that up for us. It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. But anyhow, we'll probably have to put that in there manually. And that's no big deal either. But let's go in, and you all see these lines right here. We need to go in, and there's some tools that will clean up those little spots and blemishes and things like that. So let's go ahead and let's do that. All right, guys, we're going to despeckle this thing. Again, we were looking at these little spots, and sometimes you'll get drawings when you're scanning, they'll have tons of little spots and blemishes in it. What you want to do with that is you got this cleanup tool. Come up here to clean up, and you can go down to despeckle. And most of the time I want to do the entire image. And then it says, what size speckle do you want to get rid of? Well, it's going to do it in pixels. Remember, these raster files are in pixels, so I hit Window, and I zoom in here, and you all can see something about that size. Let's just do a window, and I turned off my raster snap already because it wants to snap to stuff just like Object Snap does. So I'm going to put this right here, and notice it's 3 pixel. So the problem of it is when you do that, you got to watch out about for it. It might take off your like your periods here, your decimal places and things like that. So you got to be careful. If that looks okay, if you hit enter, it despeckles those sizes out. But you notice what happened here. It took out one of my decimals here, or a period in a word text. So you just got to watch out, see how it takes away these things. So when you're despeckling, just got to make sure that it doesn't, make sure that doesn't take out too much on you. Most of the times, that's about as good as you're going to get despeckling. Like I said, sometimes it's completely covers the whole thing. And also you got to watch out for despeckling with like concrete hatching and different hatches, because it will take a lot of that out. So once you get it cleaned up and everything's looking good, you can just click on it, and then you can show hide, and once you get everything, it's looking pretty good. I just had to go in there and finish up a few little things, some text, and when you get that all done, you're finished up with this one. Just have to submit it to me. If you guys need any help with this, just let me know.